Managed IT services or managed service provider. You've heard the terms, but what do they really mean to you? In plain English, it's having a dedicated team to keep your tech running, your data safe, and your people more productive. A company dedicated to watching over your system so you don't end up scrambling when something breaks. Most small and mid-sized companies, they don't need a full IT department. That's a huge expense, but you do need someone to keep the lights on, the hackers out, and the email flowing while you continue running your business, because hopefully that's what you do best. So you've got a business or some sort of organization you need to run, and you don't want to be troubleshooting printers or chasing down phishing emails or dealing with another Monday morning of why is the Wi-Fi down? You're undoubtedly smart enough to keep up with the basics of cybersecurity, but you're also very busy, and putting those things into actual practice gets missed a lot. And the stakes are too high now. Downtime costs a fortune. Data breaches ruin reputations in an instant. Just ignoring problems means you're amassing a larger and larger technology debt, which at some point is going to have to be paid. So managed IT services are an option. Companies like ours look at the size and complexity of your organization, and we give you a fixed monthly cost for taking care of all of those things. Unlike an internal IT department, we're not going to go on vacation. We're monitoring, patching, fixing, and planning your IT stuff and letting you do what you do best. So what does managed IT usually include? Well, it differs from provider to provider, and the differences can be vast, so you really need to ask some questions.
Hey, sorry, editor Ian, just remembered that we did a whole series on the 12 questions that you should ask managed services providers before you sign their agreements. That's over here. You can get that. We also wrote a book, so if you're more of a reader folk, then you can get that down in the description. Back to the video.
But most managed service providers, or MSPs, like us, offer a bundle of services that usually looks something like this. Proactive monitoring, keeping an eye on your systems 24/7 so you don't have to. Help desk support. When someone on your team clicks the wrong link or Outlook breaks again, they call us and we fix it. Security and backups. Antivirus, firewalls, ransomware protection, business continuity, disaster recovery plans. Putting those best practices into practice. Patch management, keeping your software up to date so you're not running 2013 tech in 2025. Strategic IT planning. The good MSPs help you plan for growth. What tools are you going to use? When are you going to upgrade? How are you going to budget for it? Now, some MSPs also handle things like cloud migrations, vendor management, voice over IP phone systems, hardware procurement, and the ever mysterious network architecture. But most MSPs charge extra for these types of project services. We don't, but most do. Bottom line, you're not hiring a technician. You're partnering with a team that handles your entire technology stack. So how's it different from the break-fix model? Well, break-fix is like the plumbing model. When your tap springs a leak, you call a plumber, they get in their truck, they start a stopwatch. And when they bill you X dollars per hour until they were done. They have no responsibility for making sure you don't spring a leak in the first place. They're purely reactive. In the break-fix model, the responsibility of making sure your systems are protected from threats, patched, and in good working order, that's all on you. If you do nothing, you'll have no bill that month. But when the technology debt piper comes due, it's going to be expensive. The best analogy I ever came up with for managed services is that we're like if your home insurance company not only protected you in the case of an earthquake or fire, but also put a protective force field around your house that actively kept those things away. Then they monitored that force field 24/7, 365. That's what a good MSP does. Protect you from events, keep events away in the first place. It's peace of mind. So who is a good managed services customer? Generally, it's for companies between 10 and 200 staff that rely heavily on IT for their business processes. They need their systems to work because when they're down, they're losing customers or they're losing money. They want to spend wisely, but they know that they're not the experts on every aspect of IT and that they need someone they can trust to keep them safe and efficient. They don't want to be dependent on an internal resource that might go on holiday or be sick. They want a team that's always available. So if that sounds like you might be a great managed IT services client. Also, if you could use a magic wand a la force field to eradicate one IT headache forever, what would it be? Go ahead and let me know in the comments. In this ever-changing IT landscape, be adaptive. See you next time.